All right, welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. My name is Iman. It's good to have you on here with me. Come on into the studio. Let's have this conversation. On the comment section, the link has been posted. If you'd like to join this conversation, because I know you'd like to join this conversation, do well to click on the link and you'll be right here with me. It's a beautiful new week, and I am, sending so much light to you, and I'm hoping that the week comes with good success for each and every one of you. Thank you for being on this broadcast. This is Niger Watch. If you're just joining us for the first time, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this broadcast. Yes, please like this broadcast. Welcome to our newspaper review. You know how we do it over here. How are you doing today? It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new day. And cheers to life. Yes, cheers to life. Let's go into the comment section and three salutes to each and every one of the people on here. Mommy Diaspora, I greet you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here, dearest Mama. Good day to you, ma'am. It's good to have you here. Good morning to each and every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Niger Watch family. Yes, family. Around the globe, everywhere. How on a day? Welcome to the broadcast. All right, so we'll be going straight into. I hope I am not ignoring anybody. We'll be going straight into the business of the day. Yes, we're going straight into the business of the day. Let's see. Our first paper today would be the Punch. On the Punch, we have Presidential Town Hall. Okay, economy, security dominates as Atiku Tinubu skip debates. Okay, so this is a norm. Obi Kwankwaso Okowa Kola Abiola profile solutions. Protest erupts over PDP APC presidential candidates absence. Tinubu had fixed engagements with Mina farmers before invitation. Really? Okay, he was truly at the farm. We see him digging it out at the farm. And just above the nameplate, we have Forex crisis. Track funds hit $567 million as federal government meets airlines. Ministry, Emirates negotiates flight resumption. CBN may opt for part payment, minister's aid. And here we have half salary. The government are doing things half. On ASU ESCO meets, lecturers more sit at home. Yes, we are back. We are back to the back. Or should I say in our president's words, from top to bottom. Okay, here we have Moribond Ajaokuta still spends 29 billion naira on personnel. Projects whenever they bring out some money. This Ajaokuta 29 billion naira on personnel. All right, let's move on. Let's see what other story we have here. 19 die as Tanzania plane plunges into lake. That's a sad one over there. And here we have ISWAP attacks claimed 15,111 lives so far. Now this review, this report is from August 2009, to September 2022. There's something about data that just doesn't sit well with us in the country. Big shout out to you, Gabriel. It's good to have you on the broadcast. You're greeting us twice, so I'm greeting you twice too. Thank you for being on this broadcast. Osagbo Vo, good morning to you too. How are you doing? Good day to you. Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for being here. PDP crisis won't stop Atiku's victory, and that's from Senator Huhogide. Okay, I'm very sure I got that right. FRSC backs officer who injured pregnant woman. Excuse me. Now let's start with that story. So, report has it that this vehicle that was on transit was stopped, and now why there was resistance while they stopped was because the FRSC officers stopped this bus in between two trailers that was on the move, and they felt that was not a good time, and that was not safe for them to have been stopped, and that was why there was a bit of resistance. Yes, that's the word. That's why there was a bit of resistance. The people were not happy that they were stopped, without considering the lives of the people. And okay, let's just leave this submission and allow the people, give submission on it. All right, so while it stops people and asks them to get down from the bus, a pregnant woman who took her time to get down for obvious reasons, and that angered the FRSC, and he went on ahead to maltreat the woman. Report has it that he beat the woman up and she was bleeding at some point. She was complaining, and it looks like she had gone into early labor. They had to rush her to the hospital, but FRSC has come out to support the officer and said that there is no wound on the woman, but there is wound. There's a little tear on the ear of the officer that was attacked. I said the officer was attacked and that the driver should have stopped. If the driver had stopped, all of this would not be playing out today. That passengers went on to attack her, and the only reason why passengers went on to attack him was because of what he did. So a bike man who witnessed everything that was happening could not take it anymore when he saw this FRSC officer assaulting a pregnant woman, a heavily pregnant woman, and he moved on to two wrongs to make it right. He moved on to slap the FRSC officer, and he doesn't know this pregnant woman from anywhere, but he was just really moved and he couldn't stand that, that was being carried out. Now, what is the business of FRSC and beating people? How does the job even connect? The kind of things that happens on the street of Nigeria. One would say it is a lie. This did not happen. Show us video, but that happened, and it's sad that FRSC will come out and back the officers. The pregnant woman who was assaulted. In this case, they have no reason. And now PDP crisis won't stop Atiku's victory. Are we saying amen to that, or are we saying let's see how that goes? And then we took the story on ISWAP attacking, having attacked so far, having killed 15,100 and 111. That's from 2009 to 2022, and I know that figure is not right. I mean, who counts all these bodies? The government, are they involved? Do they take numbers? Do they write it down? Let's quickly move on to what other story do we have here? So Moribond Ajaokuta still right now probing is going on, and people are defending their budget and all that. So questions are being asked. What did you do last year? How did you get here? And all of that. Ajaokuta. So the federal government has spent on this Ajaokuta deal. They spent 29 billion naira on personnel, not on the project itself, on the people that are working on the job, like salaries, all of that. 29 billion naira for we will not get money. Good morning, beautiful morning to you, Mr. Michael Okere. It's good to have you on this broadcast. And you're talking about the presidential town hall meeting. Okay, so obviously we had the PDP and the APC presidential candidates absent from this presidential town. Now this is where we are confused. When this news came out, we had presidential, was it supposed to be a debate or a meeting? But whatever it was supposed to be, I don't know why Ruben Abati started to make light of the issue, but whatever it was supposed to be, Nigerians, you think Nigerians would sit down and, keep to time waiting for all of that to happen, and you come out and say, well, it is not a debate, it is just a meeting anyway, so they can afford to miss it. Excuse you? Well, trust Nigerians to gather anytime Peter Obi wants to address the people. Trust Nigerians to gather there. All right, we'll move on to and there's this very insensitive comment on here that Tinubu had fixed. Okay, no, from the press relief that they gave, there's an insensitive statement that was written there. Like they have better things to do than having to be there. What's better than interacting with the people that you intend to, I mean, look at it. We are coming from a place of, a president that does not give a two. We are coming from a place where the president does not even care, does not take time to be with us. If he's not going for medical leave, he's going to this country to give them what he has not given to us. All of these talks. And then we have presidential aspirants, candidates, who will think not availing themselves to any forum that has to do with the gathering of Nigerians. There's something better than that. All right, let's move on to another paper. The next paper would be The Sun. On The Sun, we have here, flood, 51 dead, 254 communities submerged. APC PDP fight over Atiku Tinubu's health condition. Our candidate more physically fit than you. Fani Kayode tells PDP candidate. Atiku better on every parameter, says spokesperson. Imagine. Imagine what our leaders are fighting for. We are more healthy, you are more healthy. Should we even have anybody that is not fit even be running? We shouldn't even be having this conversation, knowing that we elected in a sick president. If there is a question of are you sick or are you not sick, that person should be out of the race already. Since you don't like to enjoy good thing, you don't like to enjoy peace, you don't want to give yourself peace to say, okay, well, I'm not feeling fine, let me go and rest somewhere. Say no, with this health that I am dragging behind me, let me use it and go to the place of power and still do absolutely nothing good for the people. All right, let's see what other story that we have here. INEC under attack over voter registration, accused of bias against some zones. INEC. Okay. Insecurity. Presbyterian prelate slams federal government over failure to rescue Leah Sharibu, others from terrorist captivity. Now, I've been expecting, I've been hoping, I've been thinking that this is something that CAN or PFN would do. I've been expecting that this is what CAN or PFN would do. Leah Sharibu is still there, and nothing. So when you even look at the fathers of faith, and you're like, are you people really for us? Are you talking for us? Osinbajo Uzodinma, NSA INEC chair, build for editors conference in Owerri. Submit centers on security editors roles during 2023 elections. Please, we should stop wasting our money with all of this, your submit conferences and all that, because we don't see the need. If all the conferences that has been held in over 7 years, nothing happened, is it this one with the billions or millions? Let me be fair, right? The millions that will go into this meeting, is it what will not produce the results? Town hall meeting. Obi Kwankwaso Okowa Abiola clash on insecurity, economy, others. APC candidates upset. They should have put as usual there. Naseni partnering Italy, Jordan, Czech Republic to revolutionalize agriculture in Nigeria. That's from EVC. Oguwai, our only leader in Enugu, declares Mba. And Bubu has come out to say, I will leave legacies of credible elections and massive infrastructure, Buhari. You know, when this, my darling Buhari, comes out to say things like this, I'm like, bros, in 7 years, you didn't do this. You want to do this in how many months? In how many months? Nigerians, how many months does Buhari have left in power? Please, this is one math that we should know at the tip of our finger like this. We should know that already, because I'm sure we all look forward to his send forth. All right, so the president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, again is reiterating and reassuring us and drumming it into our subconscious, into our spirit and soul, that he will leave a legacy of credible elections. Can you give what you don't have? I don't know if it is connected to what Buhari is saying, but I'm just asking, can you give what you don't have? Okay, yes, you can give. I mean, you have to go and borrow. Buhari, they know they borrow credible elections, and they don't borrow infrastructures. Okay, let's see. Well, I will not be a prophet of doom. We are all here. We are going to see how this man is going to set up massive infrastructure and how he's going to also give us a legacy of credible elections. Even the president knows that this election is not business as usual. So he keeps saying credible election, credible election, credible election. But Mr. President, I don't know if you are saying that to appease the good people of Nigeria, but whether you like it or not, you have to give us credible elections, because this is not even like 2015 or when you came into power. We are demanding for it, and yes, we are demanding for it, and you have no choice this time around than to give it to us, because this time around all of us 9 days this one together. To my amazing panelists, I say thank you for being here and welcome to the broadcast. We'll go on, I'll come to you in a minute. INEC under attack over voter registration. Now, some people are saying their voters card are not being released, you know, they're having issues with INEC, but we know that INEC keeps coming back here to give review or reports of how you have double registration and all of that, and that's the reason why they have had to cancel. So some people who registered that time, hoping hoping that they will have their card, going to find out that they are invalid for it. They don't have a card because they registered twice and that was cancelled. So you need to take out time. If it was cancelled, that usually they would ask questions. They'll ask questions. Did you register twice? They'll ask. So take out time, people over there. But please, if you are still not giving, please create awareness online, but with evidence. It is to create awareness and not to create chaos. So if you still go and this is valid, you've done everything right in the book, and this is still an excuse from them, please do well to create awareness and not chaos. Please put out verifiable informations of location centers. If you can grab a picture or a video, do so, please. Thank you very much. All right, here we have 51 dead on the flood, 254 communities. 254 communities submit. Let's do well to stretch our hands to those that have been affected by the flood. Let's take our last paper. Not our last paper. We've got quite the news today. We'll move to Daily Trust. On Daily Trust, what is Daily Trust saying to us today? All right, civil servants engage in menial jobs to feed families. The cost of living crisis in Nigeria. Work as caterers, tricycle riders after work. Boost production to lower inflation, and that's from an economist. Our Daily Trust economists worried over budget deficits, naira redesign, and present options. Yes, please. On insecurity, bring in mercenaries. Create border patrol force. Our border is still left wide open. I mean, we have all these insecurities and all of this is happening, and our border still there open. Should we be telling the government that they should, double up on the security on our border? If we have to be saying, basic things like this, these things that ideally should have to do with common sense before we go to, then why are you people there? Why? Kano APC crisis, intrigues as Kwakwaso woes Doguwa to NNP. All right, the civil servant, that's majorly the story on here. Our civil servants, we've been having this conversation that how are they fending? These are people who, some of them, some states have not even imbibed or yes, do not have the 30,000 naira minimum wage up and running in their state. So there are fathers and mothers who are earning less than 30,000 naira in today's Nigeria. Civil servants, people who are working for the government that are earning this little. Well, I mean, this should not take us by surprise. Well, this story says that these people have gone to do menial jobs as, like a work as caterer, some as tricycle. They've taken on petty job. That one farmer, the other one was working as a conductor, and oh dear. All right. There are some people who would say, take for instance myself, this is not true, it's just an example. So I have a father who is a civil servant, probably has been a civil servant from when they give birth to me and all of that, and or I don't know, he's a civil servant. And now while you think, I don't even know how to put it together, but we should do what to just put in somebody who would make the country livable, who would make a country and have men be men in a country. I am here, and most times when I see some of these things, or assess the everything happening, I begin to even think more of the men in the society today, how they are able to provide for the family, because they carry the shoulder of the house. So your job is not enough. You now have to, start doing other jobs. Tricycle is a keke napep, keke marwa. You now have to start, being a conductor. I mean, being educated is not even enough. Having a certificate, having a job is not even enough in the Nigeria of today. You just have to find something to attach. How many people are internet savvy? Let's go on to another story. Okay, that was just a thought I wanted to just bring out. And here we have okay, so now let's talk about what happened at the supposed presidential debate that we have been anticipating for a very, very long time. Let's take this let's take this video, then we'll discuss. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is one of the things we knew that at some point during the I think the towns, or should I call it get together at this point, uh, at some point during the we were hearing noises, or like there was a chaos right there in the hall, and I thought that was when Peter Obi started talking. I thought people actually yes, Michael Okerin, there's nothing wrong with civil servants doing side hustles, but not a civil servant who would have to stoop so low, who would have to, who would have to stoop to become a conductor. Now, there's something wrong with that. How did you move from, I mean, we had lecturers who are teaching daytime, and at night they are conductors. We have people who are doing all sorts. I was having a conversation with somebody I went to get something from, and she went along and shared how her son was misbehaving, a child, I'm sure, and she went on ahead to promise to give the child a cup of tea, and the child was so happy. And he had to put his acts together. It was a cup of tea, that is milk and Milo, milk and Bovita, but tea, a cup of tea. A sachet of milk now goes for as much as 100 naira. So also is a sachet of Milo. Now, you think they would do anything possible? I have somebody who comes to clean my apartment. The way she speaks. No, there are some things that some people should be able to do because of how equipped, how you've how you've built yourself over time. There are some jobs you should be able to do within your spare. Not somebody, a graduate, is going to sweep somebody's compound. You say there's nothing wrong with any side hustle. There's actually something wrong with this. Now, because of say person not see anything else to do, that's why the person would go down to do something else. And gone are the days where you want to pick a loan to start it. Michael Okere, all right, okay, let's just leave it at that. Let's move on to what I was talking about. So we had that chaos yesterday that happened, and we got to know that obedience were not happy that every time we have such meeting or gathering like that, Peter Obi is always present, while these other ones would have to send their represent or their assistants, their vice, and that was what brought about the chaos. The first chaos yesterday, people were saying no, that's only for presidential candidates, not vice presidential candidate. Let's take this video and we'll catch reactions to that. If you're just joining us, welcome. Please do well to like this broadcast as we move on. Thank you very much.
We want presidential candidate. Presidential candidate. Only presidential candidate. That's what we want. Only we want presidential candidate. Sit down, whoever is the president. No. We are Nigerians. No.
All right, so we saw that yesterday that happened, and if you look at that gathering, I hope to say this right. That was not a gathering for that's a gathering for middle class Nigerians, not low earners or low level Nigerians. I hope to say that right. So, and you can tell that we had a mixed multitude. While a large percent of people were saying no to Obi talking and saying that this is only for presidential candidates. Only for presidential candidates. You can also tell other people were saying that they should allow them talk, these are representatives and all that. But one thing I picked from this, right, this is not a function of being obedient or having Peter Obi. This rather has to do with Nigerians wanting a president that is going to be available. We've seen the signs before. That's from the past, from the sitting president, who was not readily available. He was not always available for debates and interviews like this. And so right now we are seeing the signs playing out on two presidential candidate, and this has angered Nigerians a lot, and that's why that's chaos. So that's why you had people saying no and no to that, and it gladdens my heart to know that we are all seeing things from the same perspective. Of course, I do not expect that the entire country is going to see things from the same perspective, but it's good to know that a larger percent of these people are seeing things from the same perspective. Now, another thing happened there yesterday that I wanted us to talk about. I remember when Ruben Abati was saying to Peter Obi, that he should tell his people, to remain calm so that we can continue. Stating that it is the obedient that was causing chaos and trouble there, and that Peter Obi said not all of them. He said not all of them, but Ruben Abati went on ahead to say, oh, Peter Obi said he doesn't know you. Now, my point is, if anyone had an excuse not to be there, or should have just easily sent his vice, it could have been Peter Obi, knowing that Ruben Abati, when they're in the same space, or if you go watch their interviews, you'll see that Ruben Abati always, when you come on here to give your submission, you can take me on, always finds a way to to attack submarily, to attack Peter Obi. Even yesterday he did that by saying to the people that Peter Obi said he does not know you, or and Peter Obi had to correct him there and then. Oh, that man is so gracious. Had to correct him there and then that he did not say that, or that's not what he meant, of which we heard him clearly say that. And then another thing happened there. There yesterday. That would be when Dino Malaye. I mean, we already know how these people act. I think when you do all of this bullying and picking up on people online, it's a different ballgame than when you are there in person. You're bullying them in person, and it shouldn't be tolerated. And of course, we got to see another side of Peter Obi. But is that how to get angry, Mr. Incoming President? You don't know how to be angry? No. Please, you need to know how to be. Let's watch this reaction. Please.
Very quickly.
Don't call everybody. This man is NPP now. He called it to be people. You see what is happening here? I won't take this. He called it to be people. This colonel is NPP person now. You call it to be people. Stop that, please. You did. Stop that. I'm taking a lot from you here. Stop this one. Why are you always calling me?
Very quickly, I just want to make you all realize.
All right. So that happened also yesterday, and Peter Obi just had to change it for Dino Malaye. Dino Malaye, when they feel say nobody fit talk to her or fit clip away, but he was put in his place yesterday when the president charged at him. Yes, sir. That's taking control of the situation. Well, that happened yesterday, and Nigerians are obedient, are happy that happened. I mean, we already know that this is one soft person who says when your enemy slaps you, you turn the left cheek, and even though obedience are not having it, but he made the obedience proud yesterday. People are happy, and people are also calling out for that. And another thing that Nigerians are reacting to would be something, we talked about not having another president who would not deem us fit or deem us worthy to have a conversation with, or to come out and have that debate with. Well, Nigerians surely do not want another president like that. But what turned out as a rather very surprising situation was when pictures or videos of Tinubu attending the party, attending the party of Sani yesterday, just few meters. Story has it that it was just 8 minutes away. Just 8 minutes away from the venue where they had the town hall meeting, and Tinubu did not think that Nigerians who had been anticipating this gathering did not find us worthy, to be there and to defend this cause and to have that debate. And then again, there is a question of if Peter Obi avails himself too much, and if he should cut down on his appearances and allow his vice, take the center stage for now, saying that these people do not even bother coming out. So now that's the question, and that's the reaction I also want from each and every one of you. Do you think that Peter Obi should, take some back seat, and do what these other people are doing, Yeah, do what these people, other people are doing, or be there. It goes a long way for it. But what if there's one thing I know, it gives Nigerians joy when they have to sit down and watch this man. If you're just joining us, welcome to our newspaper review. Please share this broadcast. Let's have this discussion. Share, yes, whether the person is an obedient or not. Share. Let them come into this studio. Let them come on into this broadcast and let us have this conversation. We are not going to make up drama from anywhere. We are only bringing on submissions. We are bringing on videos and things that they said and done. We are bringing it on here to analyze. We are not going to create a script. Or we did not tell them to do the things that they've done. So it is not going to be on us. So please share this video. Let's move forward, please. Thank you very much. Let's watch this video also of Tinubu. Then we will take the press release that was sent out to that. Please watch. Okay, let's take that again. Albeit it's very brief, but I mean, it cannot. Even though they said he's in Mina was what they said to us. That he attended a program in Mina, but he's here in Abuja, just 8 minutes away. He could have just breezed in, and show that truly he's busy. Talk to the people for 1 minute. At least let them hail their bat. Let them hail their bat. Talk to the people and then go on to have a wonderful time at the party or whatever it is that you have to go and do. That is much more important than the entire people of Nigeria. Let's watch this film. All right, so let's take the press release that was issued to Nigerians. All right, here we have Tinubu Shettima Presidential Campaign Council press release. So the APC presidential candidate in the forthcoming 2023 presidential election, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did not attend the presidential debate organized by Arise TV. Now, if you hear clearly, these people go on to say it is presidential debate. But when Ruben was talking, when the people were crying out, when there was a bit of chaos, that why are they not there, and that this program is meant for only presidential candidates, Ruben went on ahead to say that that this is just a town hall meeting anyways, and not the actual debate. And when it is time for the actual debate, that they will avail themselves. All right, so let's go on ahead with this. Them coming out here to say did not attend the presidential debate organized by Arise TV. So they understood this, or they accepted this to be a debate, a presidential debate. They know that this is a presidential debate, and they did not. I mean, if still Tinubu had the guts to step out or to not attend the peace signing accord, I mean, what is presidential debate that we're expecting to come and do? So I mean, to me, this just means that this person, the APC presidential candidate, is just a selfish person. If it does not benefit him per se, so you'd rather go for campaigns where you go and discuss manifesto, unleash manifestos to people, tell them what you will do. That at the end of the day, we know they see by the way. If it is not any of those, if it's not going to favor you directly, he doesn't want to get himself involved in it. And well, at the end of the day, that's what the press release says, that they are busy. Yes, at the end of the day, if you're interested, you could just pick it up. But they say they are busy and that they cannot leave one for one. So which one can you not leave for? Party? You can't leave party. You can't leave party to have a presidential debate. With the state that the country is right now, you know that this is not business as usual. You know that Nigerians want you people to come correct. You know that your own people that believes in you, your government, your manifesto, and everything you stand for, you know that they would want to hear from you. Your people don't ask you questions. That was a good time for you to interact with Nigerians, and they thought that, I mean, but this debate, as they didn't get a week notice. So how were you not able to prioritize this? But then again, this is the APC. They don't prioritize important things. All right, we'll be taking submissions. This is from Michael Okere. Michael said that don't mind Ruben Abati Abi. Michael says Ruben Abati is just a talking head. Oh, I've never heard that before. All right. Michael Okere goes on to say, effective immediately, Peter Obi should boycott such fraudulent debate invitation. And I come to my panelists. Good day to you. It's good to have you on this broadcast, but nice. Let's have your reaction.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Miss Ima.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning to all the panelists, all the people on the comment section, and the Naija Watch family. Good morning to you all. Yeah, I think this my parable will summarize a lot of things that I want to talk about. Anyone that because of his enemy and throwing stone inside the market square, he should not forget that maybe he or her parent might be in that same place or in that market. So if this our leader think that Nigerians that vote them in power are not their enemy, because of that, they don't want to do the basic things or give the basic amenities to Nigerians. They should not forget that the rain is not going to beat only Nigerians alone. It's going to beat all of us. That's the meaning of that parable. You understand? Buhari is telling us every day that he want to live a free and fair legacy of free and fair election every day. We have heard of that. We have tired of hearing that. Anything, all the things he cannot accomplish, he could not accomplish since when he was in power. 7 years now, be 8 years. He said he's going to accomplish it in the next 3 months. Who is he deceiving? So that is why I told you. To conclude that, I told you before that this government, they are living on deceit. All those things that Buhari is doing, he's just saying it out of shame because he knows that he has failed Nigerians. He's trying to console himself and console Nigerians. That is why he's saying all those things, all those rubbish. And that meeting yesterday, I saw Dino Milaye was asking questions. I was just looking at him. Dino Milaye have the guts to go and ask Peter Obi question. Well, the luck that these people have that Peter Obi is a very quiet person and he's trying to use wisdom, you know. Wisdom and knowledge, that is what the man is using. You understand? You don't want to offend anybody, don't want to be. If these people, if they really jam a radical person, I don't think those kind of stupid questions they are asking, they will not ask those questions anymore. But they'll take advantage of Peter Obi because he's quiet. You understand? And this, I want to tell Peter Obi, I want to use this opportunity to tell Peter Obi that all this debate that is going, it should limit them. It's not helping us. It's not helping Obi movement. You understand? This labor movement. All these things they are doing, they just want to do it just to hear what he will say. And some of them want to use it against him. I will even tell him any meeting that this man will organize, this Abati, Ruby Abati, he should not attend them. Ruby Abati is a coward. I've said it before. He's very biased, that man. And he does not like Peter Obi. He does not like what this movement is doing. He don't like it. The only person he's thinking, the only person he wants them to come back to power is either APC or PDP. That is Ruby Abati stand for you. You know,
PDP is Abati's party now. He contested one time under PDP. So I think he's very much loyal because that attack, I had to go back to watch some of his other interviews, you know, calling obedience, rude, and all sorts of names. And you know, it hits differently because I remember when we went for the rally, the campaign rally that we went for. I was in the midst of thousands and millions of obedience, and I mean I showed the streets. The streets were clean. We had people going to pick up jets, People were nice, were courteous. I disagree with that submission, and that's why I would come out here today and say that he's just being biased. He's been there's just this hate. There's just this bias towards Peter Obi, and I think if anybody should have missed that presidential debate, it should have been Peter Obi, because you should know that if Abbas is going to host it, then you should expect this from Abbas. So I was surprised he even attended. Please go on, Brother Nice. Please round off your submission.
Yeah. So that one is very clear to us that Abati is against this Obi, this against the progress of this Labour Party. Abati is working for his cabal. You understand? So it's very clear, And these two presidential candidates that was missed in that debate, that is a disrespect, But you see the kind of people some vibrant Nigerians are still rooting for. They still want them to come back to power. The people who cannot be accountable to you, who cannot come to a just debate. Ruben Abati should have called that meeting. He should have called it this thing, get together reunion, because he said it's not a debate anymore. He should have called it a get together reunion. Abati. You understand? These people, I don't understand what is wrong with a black man. Any little position a black man in like this, he will start disrespecting everybody. Just look ordinary Abati that is ordinary journalist. Look the way he's doing. Imagine if this kind of person become a president of Nigeria. Both men and women in that country, they have the same attitude. If they are nobody, they will be the side of the people. The moment they acquire just little power like this, they will be fighting the people. They will be in the side of the elite. That is the kind of black men that exist in Nigeria. We have a big problem in that country. Even majority of these people, the youth that you are seeing today, the reason why we are in this situation we are because we are not honest to ourselves. A lot of them now that you see that they are fighting now to bring change is because they are suffering. If these people, if they are not suffering, they will prefer to stand with the elite than to stand with the people. I'm telling you, that's Nigerians for you. Any of them now that you see that acquire little weight, they will start standing with the elite. They will leave the common man. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that, Brother Nice. So if we have now all come to agree that Ruben Abati is biased, and he has shown this, especially on the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi. So why then, would he, avail? He said that just goes on to say that this is someone who has nothing to hide, who is not scared of, whatever it is you're dropping on the table, because he knows his onion. He knows that whatever question or whatever, nobody can gang up against him, because as nothing there, but he has nothing to hide. All right. If you're just joining us, welcome. We are catching reactions and on this. Michael, okay, all right, give me 1 minute. We'll play the video again. If you're just joining us, let's take this video. Mr. Kennedy, I'll come to you in just a minute to catch a reaction. For now, please, if you missed out on this yesterday, let's watch this again. So Obi was in the midst of two strong people who have been there was Dino picking on him, and there was Abati. So of course he would lose his cool. And I don't know what's going on in the man's head, but every time he's coming out and these other people are not coming out. So is it supposed to be worse, like the boy? Is it supposed to be like the boy? And there's a question of where Sowore, and why was he not there? Is it that he has already known of their antics and does not even give a two about their gatherings anymore? Was he not invited? Was it intentionally not invited? Say Sowore, he gives his own hot thought. Let's watch this video. We'll talk about it
very quickly.
Don't call everybody. This man is NPP now. He called it to Obi people. You see what is happening here? I won't take this. He called it to Obi people. This colonel is NPP person now. You call it to Obi people. Stop that, please. Dino. You did. Dino, stop that. I'm taking a lot from you here. What is what? Why are you always calling me?
Very quickly. I just want to make you all realize.
So yeah, that's what happened. Mr. Kennedy, let's catch your reaction to that.
Yes, thank you very much. Good evening to all the viewers all over the world, panelists, and people at the comment section. First of all, I want to dwell on Ruben Abati. Ruben Abati is supposed to be a very big man. He's very educated. He's a doctor. He worked under Jonathan. Actually, he worked for President Jonathan. I think he was a personal assistant to Jonathan on I don't know, maybe media or whatever. He has been very very vocal, but we know who he is. But I would like to give him a name. He has been very very afraid of the obedient. That is why he has not actually shown his real character before the whole world. But Ruben Abati, I would like to start calling you from today the tortoise of Arise News. He's a tortoise. He's very trickish. That is his demeanor. He's very trickish. We know him. He hates Peter Obi to the core. He hates Wike to the core. We all know that he's antecedent about these people. I see no reason why Dino Melai would even be allowed to ask Peter Obi questions. I think that is preposterous for Dino Melai, the arrogant, the tout Dino Melai, to be allowed to ask Peter Obi questions. And for him to have said the Obi people, which it wasn't Obi people, they were APC people, they were PDP people. He actually belongs to PDP because he has been in the PDP. He actually contested as a gubernatorial candidate. I think that was in Ogun or somewhere. So he's supposed to be a big man, but he's just fooling around like a little boy. I don't know. From today he should be called the tortoise of Arise News. So anyway, we don't have to dwell so much on Ruben Abati because he's no longer important. Let him go copy or learn from what Peter Rufai Hussein is doing. So he has earned his good reputation all over the world. We respect him. We don't care about Ruben Abati anymore. So let me go to civil servants. Civil servants taking many jobs to feed their families. For me, I think somebody had a comment on the comment section that there's nothing actually wrong with that. For me, I take that the same stance. There's nothing actually wrong with that if the remuneration is okay. So in abroad here, we do so many types of jobs to keep the family afloat. If we have to be able to send money back home, we have to engage in other jobs. For me, I'm an entrepreneur. I have business, I employ Japanese staff, but I still do, like when they are not around, I'm the one, I sweep, I clean, I do everything. But the only problem is the salary is not even enough. Even both the manual jobs and the civil service job, the salary, both salaries cannot even take family of 4. So if manual jobs are taken, I think I would see that as responsible men who wants to be able to take care of their family, but the salary might not be enough though. But anyway, let's keep that aside. Our president Bubu has been boasting that he wants to leave credible election, a legacy of credible election and massive infrastructures. Bubu himself, he has spoken again from top to bottom. Credible election, living credible legacy of credible election is something that is normal. How can you even boast of living credible election because you signed that be into law, a transmission of result to the server, electronic transmission? Is that not normal? Is that not something you are supposed to do? Or you because you don't want to rig election this time? Is that why we should be proud of you? Are you not the president? You sworn to an oath to be able to accomplish all these things. Why are you telling us you leave a legacy of a credible election and massive infrastructures? Mr. President, you are not leaving no infrastructure because you borrowed money to do all these infrastructures and you have not paid any dime back to the people you borrowed from. And you're saying you are leaving massive infrastructure. What are the massive infrastructures when there are no roads in Edo State, no roads in the east, no roads in the west? And you're saying you are leaving massive infrastructure because you were able to construct railway from Nigeria to Baladi in Niger Republic? Is that the massive infrastructures you're telling us about? Because kidnappers will be on the train and kidnap the passengers and blast the trains? Is that the massive infrastructures you want to tell us? When you are actually living a massive insecurity for the incoming president? I don't know what he meant by massive infrastructure, because I cannot see. I go to Nigeria even every now and again. I haven't seen any massive infrastructure. But anyway, well, let's wait for the next regime and see what is going to happen. The borders are wide open. People are clamoring for the borders to be manned. You see, Buhari boasted sometime that he was going to open the borders, and he opened the borders and allowed these touts, these bandits, to come in freely. And they came in freely and started terrorizing the entire populace. So we have to hold him responsible. If he wants to close the border, if he wants to send back all his brothers he brought for Senegal, Mali, and all the other countries, then he should send them back. Then nobody should tell us we should close it. Buhari should close his borders and send his brothers because he brought them. I see no reason why you should allow people to migrate to your country, because you cannot even take care of the entire citizens in your country. There are no jobs. The education is comatose, and you are allowing people to just come into your country to do what? We have economic migrants. We have if you want to bring people in because you are short of medical personnel and all that is understandable. Why are you bringing these people in? Were they profiled that they have education? How can you bring in cattle rearers and you open the borders for cattle rearers and you say other countries have done it before? Philippines did it so many years ago. Are you Philippines? They must have reasons to open their borders. So anyway, let me stop here for other panelists to contribute. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, forgetting to check, things like the Philippines. How many military do they have on ground? Active military men. How many do they have on ground? How much do they pay there? What's the cost of living for these people? And compare it to your own and see if they're even up to the task. So this one, he keeps saying that is going to perform a miracle. To the good people of Nigeria, let's see what our president will be able to pull up. All right, we have, let's see who else we have on here, Mr. Insibidi. But before Mr. Insibidi comes on, please, if you are just joining us, hi, welcome to our newspaper review. Please do well to like this broadcast, share, invite someone onto the broadcast real quick, and do want to remember that we have the chats today by 1 p.m. Nigerian time. Yes, please, we have the chats today, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. Anticipate the program today. Thank you very much. Mr. Insibidi, please.
Ima, I think is Tunaija. It came before me.
Mr. Insibidi. Mr. Insibidi.
Yes,
I can hear you. You're such a perfect gentleman. Thank you very much. Mr. Tunaija, if you would forgive me, please, let's have your submission, sir.
I do not forgive. You see me clearly. I clearly jumped over me to CBD.
So good to have you on the broadcast. Apologies, please.
Yeah, and thanks for having me, Ima, and greetings to everyone on the panel. And in CBD, I think that is a gentlemanly thing to do. And if our people were being fair like this, maybe things would be a little bit better. I have to give him credit for that. Regarding, I think there's something people missed for this debate. A day before the debate, probably even hours before the debate, Al-Mustafa was taken out from being a presidential candidate, meaning that one of the only candidates that is highlighting the international dimension of our problems was completely removed from that debate. And nobody picked up on that. And this is how they manipulate us, and they don't listen. While that debate was happening, we were having a conversation with Al-Mustafa himself on a different channel. So we have to know when we are getting manipulated here. Because all the candidates that are here, the only person that touched on the fact that there is a different threat going on in that country was Kwankwaso, that didn't normally, he doesn't even show up before, because he said something about our other minerals are being taken out of the country without our say so. And guess what? It's the Northerners that know this. because we in the South, we know our oil is being stolen, but we don't know all the other resources that have been stolen, like gold, rhodium, and the other minerals that have been stolen in the North. And because of this, Mustafa was talking about even creating two other sections of the military that is meant to tackle areas that are not covered by the current military, because our military is very thin on the ground. I think when I was saying it before, people think I was joking. Our military is thin on the ground. We are only securing the roads, the areas people are, but there are a lot of areas that people are not, and that's where our minerals are, and people are just stealing everything right now. And this is why in those areas they are not secure. You have IDP camps in Nigeria because of it. So and the guy was taken out of the debate. So I would leave that as one side. The issue with this last debate was that I think Peter Obi missed one opportunity that he could have taken. If I was him, oh my God, I will run with it. I would just go for my own presidential campaign. I will not be hearing anybody. I will just be introducing myself more and more, because millions of people are watching him there. Don't worry too much about their questions. Focus on delivering, talking to the people. Because Atiku and Tinubu that didn't show up, they will regret it. That's a campaign event with 50 millions of people attending. You see, they don't understand. They don't fully understand the significance of those such moments. Don't worry about people's side, like worrying about you, knocking you. Talk to the people directly. 5 million Nigerians or so or more were probably watching that stuff yesterday. You see what I mean? I don't know who advises these people that they are missing. If he does that over and over again and keeps gaining ground, you see that Tinubu and Atiku will start rushing to come and start talking to the people listening in the debates. They will want to attend the debate because they will now see that Peter Obi will just keep using it as a way of as a campaign event, really. And that said, I think he performed okay yesterday. I think people are being a little bit too worried about what Bati. I think human beings know how to filter what Bati is doing. He did all he can do. You don't expect him to go there and just lift Peter Obi and put him on top of the podium. It's not going to happen like that. And I think Peter Obi held his own. He said what he meant to say. And I think what people are observing is that it's because the other candidates have not spoken much. We have not seen them before. Nobody has heard from Kwakwanso before. Nobody has heard from Okoa before. And that is what you are experiencing. That's why it seems like, oh, Peter Obi is getting swallowed. He's not getting swallowed. It's just because the other people, we've never heard from them before. Now we've heard from them. And this is why I keep saying that Peter Obi should have just treated the others like little boys and just focus on the people. Whenever they say anything, just ignore them and just talk to the people. And that would have done him far more good. I've seen this happen in political cycles before, and he wouldn't have had to worry about even Diluminai. If I was him, I would just revert to be Diluminai like a kid. Just look at what you are saying. You are wrong. Just
you're saying it went amiss by responding to Dino Malaye.
Oh no, I think a lot of people liked it. Actually, a lot of people liked it. That's the thing, and I agree with that. But
what's your reaction to that? You would have to go like the bigger person. He should have been the bigger person in that situation.
To be fair to Peter Obi, he has been doing that forever, and I think sometimes it's good to do what he did yesterday so that people actually see him. And even when he was angry, it seems a little bit like, oh, he wasn't like very, very harsh about it. You know, if I was him, I would just rip Peter. Don't be like a word, man. I'm not gonna have that nonsense. And somebody needs to put that guy in his place. Actually, somebody needs to put him in his place. He mouths too much. This is a guy that is showing off all his cars and all the rest of it. Nobody's seizing his vehicles. And according to Louis, his stuff is being stolen and seized everywhere. I think he was arrested once. Come on, man. This guy was arrested just not long ago, wasn't he? This Dino Minaye guy. So come on, I don't know why he's even there talking to Peter Obi.
And was acting like someone that was going to faint.
Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous, really. You imagine all that, and he's the one coming to address Peter Obi. Peter Obi should just treat him like a criminal that he is. And that said, anyway, the debate went okay. Peter Obi held his own. All the stuff he needed to say, he said. And what I observed was that whenever they are asking important questions, they call him first, and they don't give him chance to necessarily, because someone like Peter Obi, if everybody says what they want to say, then he says his own. He would have shone more. So you find that important question, they tend to call him out first. and this is one of the ways they try to mitigate your influence in the debate. But fair enough, it still went on. This is how debates go.
I think that basically was to help the other candidates, help them understand the question so that, they
Yes.
will be for and know how to answer the question in their own words, but, using his own still.
Yeah, it gives them time, and because they say when you are the one that speaks last in such situations, you tend to have more impact. And but you could also run with it, and I think that's what Peter will be trying to do. If somebody pushes you to speak first, you set such a high standard that everybody will be choking after you. And then that's another aspect that Peter Obi did to an extent. One person that I thought, the two people that came out, Abiola's this thing was just out of the debate completely. Okowa and Kwakwanso. Kwakwanso came out as, very, very engaging and quite sophisticated. Actually, he understood data, the way that data flows a little bit, and it can be a bit funny. And Okowa came across as somebody that understands facts, and he talks like a more modern, younger man. He talked about data and all the rest of it, and that is the interesting thing. He is not the candidate, and he's talking on behalf of the candidate. If I was Peter Obi, I will be embarrassing Atiku, and everything he says, I will just undermine him by saying, who are you? Where is your boss? You see what you will embarrass him. Those type of things are things people understand. If you just try to engage somebody that is below you in that way,
Just took us to an angle, but you know you need to go up before the people will come for me for always giving you more time.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you know that obviously, apparently, these people, the other vice presidential candidates, we can say it is safe to say that they came to read scripts for us because it is not their dream. You cannot come and own what is not your own. The likes of Okowa, as you are saying, it sounded like someone that knows what to do. At the end of the day, it is in the hand of the chief
Exactly.
officer. So you came to read scripts for us, unlike the presidential candidate of Labour Party that came and tell her, share his own dream. He's not coming to read scripts for us. And I hope that, we'll be able to tell that apart in making our decision.
I'm telling you, man, if I were Peter Obi, every single statement I will make is like, I can't take you seriously. You are not even going to be the president. What? Just people just dismiss what he's saying. Okay, I just can't take you seriously.
Go and call your boss.
Exactly. Why
Thank you.
bother?
It
All right.
was a good time on here with you. Thank you very much. I'll come back to you. If you are just joining us, this is our newspaper review, but of course, trust our politicians to give us something to talk about. So, welcome. Please share this broadcast. This broadcast, do well to share. It doesn't matter, be APC, be PDP, be ANP, be whatever. This is a conversation for all Nigerians. Yes. Make we use common sense, use reason the whole matter, because now me and you, now we go still suffer and pass. So please, let's have this conversation. All right, Mr. NTBD. And yes, I'm asking a question. Peter Obi's response to Dino Malaye, was it called for, or he should have just ignored it? Because now, Reno, I'm sure in the evening all of this will be brought to you, but Reno has come out to call out Peter Obi, saying that Peter Obi could not, I had to even go off on national TV, right? He had to go off on national TV. How then will he handle the affairs of the country if he cannot handle just one man? Trust obedient to bring it back. So the question is, do you fault Mr. Peter Obi for going out or for calling Dino Malaye to order, or you think that that needed to have been done? Mr. MCBD, please, let's catch your reaction. Welcome to the broadcast.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, obviously, is the right thing to do, because, okay, left for me, I wouldn't even try to look at what Reno Mokri is saying and all that. So it's just they are doing their job. That's what they are doing. So he has to try and see how he can doctor or divert, or any kind of political opportunity, to paint a certain narrative. So I won't even go into his own things. But then the thing is
But
that
Mr. MCBD, Please
Yeah.
let's have this conversation, right?
Okay.
It's not a case of Dino. We have, I mean, if you watch that, yeah, did you watch that yesterday? I'm sure by evening we'll be having extensive. We'll be talking about this extensively with videos and everything to come up with that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
in the clip, one of the clips we saw where Ruben Abati, we could tell that Ruben Abati was on to Peter Obi. So I'm sure there was tension from his end, and
Yeah.
then they got coming to know, like when they started, Buben Abati initially said that Atiku was it Atiku? Atiku was on his way, right? That's
Mm.
Okowa's rep said he was on his way, but when Atiku mounted the podium, he said that that one is not even in the country, that he's not going to come because he's not even around. So there was an obvious lie. So you
Obviously,
know
and
the same person who, I mean, peace accord was not there. These are people that they are allowing them and nothing is also. I'm sure that must have angered him, or that must have gotten to him in one way or the other. And then there was this one. Even the obedience that were there could not even stand it. And he was trying to tell the crowd to be. He was trying to attend to the people. But Ruben Abati was even still telling him to just go on ahead while there was chaos. Was telling him to just go on ahead. So I believe he had tried to, endure before all of that. So that still begs this question. I'm still asking to everybody: if you think that that call out was necessary, or you think he shouldn't have done that, please go on ahead with sensitivity.
yeah, thank you. Ruben Abati, like I said, was it last night? You see, there are a lot of people, or should I say, there are some people in positions of, authority that is part of this structure that we have, this corrupt, irresponsible structure that are secretly working for Atiku and Tinubu camps. But the thing is that they have to disguise themselves so that people can see them. Some people can think they are neutral, and in the real sense, they are not neutral. But because of they want to still appear relevant, to the masses, they have to disguise themselves. And Ruben Abati happens to be one of those people. Not just some of these mainstream media houses are actually, they're under the payroll of these guys. So it's nothing new. It's nothing new. In my opinion, channels, all those people, how many times have you seen them interrogate, apart from recently when I saw this interview with Shehu Kimbaloi and the Ajuri guy and Reno Mokri. How many times have you seen them really interrogate an APC spokesperson? So the thing is that there is that is a fact. There are people that are secretly working for these guys. Ruben Abati, even in his political analysis in Arise the TV, you could see where he always stands. He tries to dismiss or he tries to create a narrative or paint a narrative about obedience. Even when he's giving his analysis, I used to follow their morning talk show and all those stuff. He tries to just group obedience all as one, saying that people harassing people online. That is the narrative he wants to put out there. And it's just quite unfortunate. And Peter Obi knows, and Peter Obi have been complaining about that narrative. Even in that presidential town hall yesterday, Peter Obi also, even before that encounter with Dino Melaye, he said the same thing, that some of these people are not obedient. Or even if they're obedient, you don't group everybody as you don't say the entire obedience are acting in a certain way. You're trying to paint a narrative. And unfortunately, I wouldn't blame only Abati. The CEO or whatever of Arise was seated there. What's the name? Nduka Obagbena. He was there. Is he not the one that's hired Abati? So this whole thing is a structure. When these people are talking about structure, that is the structure they are talking about. Corruption structure. And how is it that Dino Melaye is even seated in the front? Even if Peter Obi did not call out Dino Melaye, Do you want to tell me that those people are not hearing all those, G-trains and everything that was coming out from Dino Melaye's mouth? That was not the only time. People don't understand what was happening. Dino Melaye does not have a mic on. So he all through the night, he was making side comments. He was saying obedience. He was saying until Peter Obi had to call him out because those people could not, they could not call him to order. He was seated very close to Obaibena, to Ruben Abati, and all those people. He was right there in the front. So what does that show us? They understand. They want him there. They wanted to do everything possible, but not directly to destabilize or kind of make Peter Obi, lose his chain of thoughts and all that.
All
So
right.
that's just how it is, and it's just quite unfortunate. But Obi he did the right thing, calling them out, showing the whole world that these people have failed. These people cannot even organize a simple, decent presidential town hall, and it's not a matter of whether it's debate or town hall, like the way Kayamo is saying that the town hall organized by Arise. It doesn't matter. Even in America, how many town hall did we see when Obama was running? How many town hall did we see him attending with, what's the name of that guy, Mitt Romney? Even we saw Trump doing the same thing. Everything. Did you see Obama sending Joe Biden to go and represent him or somebody like that? So it's just, there's no excuse for that. There's no excuse. These people are only counting on their same old, corrupt, archaic political, system, which they don't care what the masses think. They don't care what the people think. They just want to go through the cabal. They just want to go and sit down somewhere and say, okay, we are going to put you there. You think that that's what Tinubu is doing? Tinubu, you think he cares about all this thing that is going on? He doesn't care because he thinks it's by making deals in a room. So it's just quite unfortunate, but Obi really did well. For what Nigeria is saying, Obi did not. We are the ones obedient that are talking all these things. Obi will still attend all these interviews if they invite him, and he should keep doing that. In my opinion, I think he should keep doing that. He should not mind about these people that are not, showing up, because at the end of the day, that is what sets him apart. That is why he is where he is right now. Thank you. Let me stop there for now.
All right, thank you very much. If you are watching and you are yet to like this broadcast, please, 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 Kim Fonabasi, please take our time to like this broadcast, please. Thank you very much. And do well to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. You could send a super sticker, a super chat, but please show some love by supporting us. Thank you very much. All right, Mr. Pansat, good day to you, Mr. Pansat. How are you doing today?
Good day, Emma. I'm doing pretty good.
All right,
How's
Mr.
it?
Pansat. It's
Hopefully
a good day. Yeah,
everybody's
fine.
doing good too. And let
Over
me
and
first
fine.
say
Thank
hello
you.
to uh, Mommy Diaspora, working very hard for all of us, and of course everybody in the comment section and on the panel. It was a fascinating day. It was a great debate, and things worked the way they're supposed to work. Dr. Abati is a journalist. He's a good journalist. And he did what journalists are supposed to do. They should not be predictable. He wasn't on Obi's side, and he shouldn't be on Obi's side. I don't have any qualms with what he's doing. No matter what they do, diamonds are forged from great heat, up to 900 degrees is the melting point. So Obi should go through all this. He is applying for a job, and there shouldn't be anything that is orchestrated, predictable. He goes out there. Dino is supposed to do what Dino Malay is doing. He took it and he responded brilliantly. He can't come off like me, who would have probably punched Dino on the nose. That's why I'm not running for president. Anybody from the Southeast can't come off being too strong or speaking with a manly voice, and because then you're going to be too aggressive for a lot of folks. Therefore, Obi is totally different from me, but he's our principal. And every Nigerian should be proud of him. He's not a saint. When I say Obi is not a saint, it's from things like this. A saint probably won't get upset, but somebody actually got him to be upset. And that's the rascal that we know. We know who Dino Malaya is. Now, Dr. Abati is a PDP man. And I wouldn't be as balanced as he is. Many of us won't be. So you have to give him kudos for that. He's a good journalist. Obi has been appeared in front of him many times. The owner of that station, Arise TV, who's sitting right there in front seat, is also a PDP man. So you have to give him some slack. That's what they're supposed to do. The better journalist there has been missing in every event, who is Rufai, is the true journalist there. And then the lady is the Abiola lady who would have a conflict of interest if she was there because her brother or relative or whatever is there. I don't know why he's there, but no. But the issue, all these are distractions. I don't want anybody thinking Dr. Abati is a saint. He's a PDP guy and he's doing what he has to do, the best he could do. He's a good journalist, however. But Nigerians, you're not going to get top notch in anything unless you determine that's what you're going to do. You know, I took a fast train ride in Japan and you go through the stations and all the gadgets they have to order things with your phone. They have chambers where you could rest. And I mean, if you look at what Japan is doing when it comes to trains, imagine what Nigeria is satisfied with those Mickey Mouse trains that are built by Buhari in Nigeria. These people are building 21st century transportation. If you're gonna do trains, you have to do the 21st century. But what kind of country, what kind of people are we? Look, for example, if you don't get it right this time in February, people should take bribes from a journalist out there. If that country stays where it is and we keep playing these games, the elite are still gonna do very well. It's up to us to take back this country. Tinubu was not there. Imagine, he wasn't there. His vice president wasn't there to represent him, and it shouldn't be there to represent him. This is a presidential debate. But to add insult to injury, the APC presidential candidate and his people put out a statement by Festus Keyamo. And the many reasons he gave about 4 reasons. I don't have enough time to read them all, so I'll advise people to take a look at what he's saying. He says that many radio and TV networks in Nigeria have indicated interest to host such debates. And out of deference to the other stations, it will not be making selective appearances, which means he's transmitting that he's never going to be in any of these presidential debates. All right, so what are Nigerians going to do about that? They're going to be talking about how Obi wasn't perfect, then go and run against him. If Obi is not good, go and run against him. All right, he could decide to do whatever he wants as far as his what goes with his character. I'm with the school of thought that says, look, Obi, he should stop campaigning with every Dick and Tom because he's been arguing his case for a very long time now. We know him. We trust him. He's got the solution for right now out of everybody that's running. So he's got to try to step above shit, okay? That's what he has to do. We have a great candidate. He's not a saint, and that's what we mean. If you upset him, he will be upset. So if Tinubu pulls this wool over Nigeria's eyes, then I don't know what to tell you, because that's what he's been doing in the Southwest. He thinks he's going to walk Nigeria-wide. I mean, he's making a fool out of himself. You don't show up to a presidential debate You don't show up when professionals invite you. And you see that the country is regretting what happened with Buhari because he dodged the debates as well. And look at the state of the country. But there are corporates who will be arguing Obi's conduct in that debate. That was a masterful performance, reciting all the data that has gathered over the years, traveling to other countries on his own dime to know how people solved problems that affect a country. Is usually huge. It's not a small thing. This man told you in front of everybody. Now, this is what let me close with this point, because this is what I really want to talk about, because this settles this whole nonsense we encounter with those who come to distract us here in another fora. One, Obi says that he never took any of the government's money. He made that clear to the entire nation in front of journalists such as the ones that were there, who people are accusing to be against him. He wouldn't make that statement if they could dig it out and it's not true. He makes the statement that he won several awards from United Nations and others. He says he left money. He says he didn't take anybody's money. He doesn't get paid from the state. They didn't buy him water. All right? So he's no longer the same thing as the others. So if anybody comes out saying Obi is like the other people, then that person is disrespecting us. We have a great candidate and recited all those numbers. I couldn't cram those numbers on top of my head. They will tell you the size of Jigawa, for example, tell you the size of any state in the country and how much farms they have and which other countries rival those and what they did, what they're doing with their land. So I'm very, very proud of him. He did a very good job today, fantastic job. But no, let's not beat up on whatever his name is there, the journalist. Yeah, so thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Pansa, thank you very much. This is a quick reminder that we'll be having the chat today by 1 p.m. Nigerian time. Do well to join us on the chat today by 1 p.m. And remember, all the lineups we have the chats Mondays and Wednesdays 1 p.m. We have discussions 5 p.m. Nigerian time with Kachi. Monday to Thursday, we have every Friday, 6 p.m. We have the debate, and we have the Sunday show with leftists. Do well to turn on your notification bell. Please do well to turn on your notification bell. All right, we have one more person in there. Okay, I think we are done with our panelists. So we are also done with this broadcast, but I just said we'll be back here by 1 p.m. So please turn on your notification bell. We'll be back here in no time. Thank you very much to each and every one of you that has participated on this broadcast with us. Thank you so much. But please do well to like this broadcast as you watch. Yes, please take our time to like this broadcast. Thank you very much. To my amazing panelists, I say a big thank you to each and every one of you today. It's been good having each and every one of you. As we round up the show, this is where you give your 1 minute submission. All right, then we'll be starting with Brother Nice. Brother Nice, here goes your final submission, please.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Ima. Yeah, as I said, Buhari should not, because of his enemy, and throw stone inside the market square, because he does not know if his mother is in that market or his father. So he should do the right thing for Nigerians and let Nigerians happy, people that brought him in power. So he should make them happy. He only have 3 months now to go. So he should do what he said he wanted to do. Let him do a bit before he leave that place. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for giving that sending that direct message to our dearest Boo. But that also should go to each and every one of us. Let's be mindful of the things we do today, right now. Tomorrow, we don't know who, which one of us or ours would have to pay for it or suffer for it. But a nice thank you. That was a really profound one. All right, Mr. Kennedy, please, your final submission.
Thank you very much. Mr. Buhari, Alhaji, I don't know, retired general, I don't know. He said he was going to leave a legacy of credible election and massive infrastructures. Let me remind Buhari that when he was coming in 2014, 2015, he said he was going to make $1 to one naira. I want to remind him that as of today, dollar is about 885 naira per dollar. So and I want to remind all Nigerians that in coming dispensation, we should be able to hold these people to account. If you say anything and you are unable to accomplish it, we should hold it to account. And a kind of institution should be established where we can take these people to court and they'll be prosecuted for lying to us or for not having been able to uphold their promises. So, Mr. Buhari, a dollar is 885, and a bag of rice is about 50,000 naira, and average salary is about 30,000. And some states have said they cannot even pay that minimum wage. So, what are you saying about this? So, if you're talking about legacy of credible election, you're not talking about how the citizens are feeding. If a bag of rice is about 50,000, how do a family of 5 or 6 or 7 feed his or her family? So I leave that for all Nigerians to process. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that. I'm in Nigeria and I am already processing it. So if Bubu promised me $1 to one naira when it was coming in, and it looks like before it leaves, we might be having $1 to 1,000 naira. As currently we have over 800 naira to $1. Maybe we should just tell him to please not make any more promises and just stay quiet until he leaves the office. Just so we stay safe as a
Missima,
nation. Sir.
Missima, you don't remind me back of that name, Boo Boo. Boo Boo, Mr. Boo Boo.
All right, very nice. Okay, Mr. Tunaja, let's have your final submission, please.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I think these what they did with the Action Alliance Party is something that people should be paying attention to, because I think was it Pansa that said something about how they are manipulating the situation. People are being put up, even with this debate that was going on. Yeah, they are going to try their shenanigans, and it's up to the candidates to figure out a way around it. And I say that Peter Obi should set his own rules. Like, he shouldn't, if they are going to this sort of debates, personally, it's a campaign. This in the event for me, I would just take it as a campaign event and undermine the other two candidates even more and more and more until they can't bear it, and they might decide to change their mind to come to debate by force. Because you have to make them pay for not showing up, and I'm not sure a lot was done to make them account for that. I don't understand how they got away with that one. If that was here in the UK, they will embarrass that party to the point whereby anything the guy says will completely be irrelevant until the candidate shows up. That's what you want to do to them.
If nothing was done for missing the peace accord, which is a national thing, this
Mm.
debate that's just done by some TV station means nothing now. It will mean
It,
nothing.
it means the peace accord is not something millions watch, but this one debate
But,
is
but, it's
something
a,
million.
but it's a significant act.
Oh yes, it's a significant act, and you can hold them accountable for that. But in terms of the political cycles, it's not
But
necessarily a big one.
I get your submission. You are saying that there has to be a punishment for these things,
Yes,
and I
otherwise
agree.
any
I
candidate can just
agree.
choose not to
I
show up,
agree.
and
I
they are not
agree.
accountable to the people.
It's
So
true.
you have to make them pay, and the way to make them pay is that if he says, he say, yeah, boy, you're just talking, I don't know what your boss thinks, get me your boss, and I can't take you seriously, because if your boss feels so arrogant that they cannot talk to the Nigerian people, I can't
Mhm.
take you seriously. That kind of stuff, you just undermine them continuously until they just get tired and show up. And because people will tell this in people will relate with that, because they will feel like, who is he talking about? We don't even know whether that's what your boss thinks. You just undermine them constantly, like that, until they decide that it's unbearable. And if it's not unbearable, then you beat them in the election, because people will know that you are actually calling them out for not coming to account to them. Because in the end, millions of people are watching, and you keep undermining every single thing they say. Even if they said, I'm going to build this in heaven on earth, I can't take you seriously.
All right,
I
Mr.
can't. You are
Tunaja.
not the one that's going to fulfill it. And also, I hope that Nigerians keep an eye on the events of this political this is cycle, because something is going on, and I even fear that even if they see that Peter Obi is winning, they will find something else to do to undermine it. Because if they have already started it a day before the election, you're cutting out political candidates already, and because they fear what that candidate is going to say. Because clearly, what he said yesterday during that interview, that he was being questioned this on online, he clearly indicated that if he has said those things in when millions of Nigerians are watching, it's going to make a big difference in the impression that Nigerians get of their security situation. But he was taken out of that debate hours before the debate happened. So I think Nigerians should be paying attention to those sort of events. That said, I think Peter will be held his own fine. He has the right to complain with what Dino Milaye did. That guy, I don't even know how he's still relevant in Nigerian politics. Nigeria should be making some people pay for bad behavior, really. But so far, they seem to be getting away with it. And, I hope that someday that guy answers for some of the things that he has done. That said, I think he did okay, and he can do better. I believe he's going to do better the next time, because now we have now seen Kwankwaso, we have now seen this Okowa's this Okowa, there's no surprises anymore. So when he's going to come on the next debate, he's going to perform even better.
All right, Mr. Tunaija, thank you very much for your submission. Mr. Nsibide, let's have you, please.
Yes, thank you, my sister. And also, well, I disagree a little bit with Pansa that we should not call out this, some of these journalists or media people in the mainstream media with some of the things they do sometimes, because we need to understand that we need to understand the power of media. Media is very important. That is how governments, a lot of governments all over the world use to, kind of push their narrative and put their citizens in a particular state of mind, and then for Obi um, is already leading, because even if you look at the debates, most these people most times will always refer, making reference to what Obi is saying. As much as some people will believe that Okoa was talking and sounding a bit articulate, but you need to look at the points. You need to look at, the key vital things you can take out of what they are saying. He never talked about how to really handle corruption and the checks and balances of monitoring, people or holding people accountable. He only talks about, oh, we go there. It's just the same elitist approach. So I could not get any substance from him, to be honest, because I just had the same thing. We will empower the Dangote refinery to do. That's all. No, Obi was talking more about cutting out waste of governance. Giving serious approach. And to be honest, what's the name? Oko at some point even said he agreed with Obi, especially when Obi talked about borrowing for production, that is in support of that. He said he agrees. The same thing with Kwankwaso agreed with Obi when he talked about dialoguing with every, agitating faction in Nigeria. So the man is already leading. Is their blueprint, even outside the debate. Is the one that even called out all these fights now that they claim they are fighting against oil theft and everything. If not for Obi, they won't be doing it. The going around and meeting the people that are affected by flood victims and also contributing and talking about it. If not for Obi, they won't do it. So the man is already leading, and that's why I wonder why somebody somewhere will still be, on the fence on who to vote for. Maybe for other reasons. People have the right to choose who they want, but at the same time, just use your brain unless you don't want to, do the right thing. You understand? And to be honest with you, like what Tunai just said, all these people coming out, no matter what they say, you are just a running mate. So how can you even guarantee us that you will have any say in whatever you're suggesting? Because you might say all those things you're saying, and your principal will say, will take the other route. So I think there should even be like some kind of regulation or whatever to, to kind of prevent all these representatives from coming out. You know, there's nothing, no matter, we cannot take their word for it.
Sorry, in CBD. And if he says that my principals told me to say this, I can't take it seriously because your principal is so dodgy that he didn't even show up here. So
Exactly.
you can embarrass them until they get off the stage.
That's the truth. You know, that's the simple truth. It doesn't make any sense. So they can't even go by what they're saying. Dino Melaya had the effrontery, the guts to be there asking question while his principal is not present. It's just quite, and they're saying, what's the name? Abati had to do, had to serve his PDP masters. The first thing he said is to make an excuse for Atiku. He's on the way from Morocco. On the way from Morocco, is he using bicycle? Is he using Okada? Is he using a flight? You understand? So it's just quite unfortunate, but I like the way things are turning out for Obi. Obi is already leading. These people have no idea, have no clue of even what to say without Obi there. And that's why they were asking him the questions first. You know, so that's all I have to say for now, my sister.
All right, thank you very much for your submission. Thank you. Mr. Pansat, please.
Thank you very much. Yes, Obi's strength with Nigerians from the desert to the coasts of the South is on moral high ground, moral standing, soft power, moral leadership, living by example, moral credibility, morality, ethics, moral high, moral stature, superiority morally. That's what his strength is. And what he's done in his state, legitimate public servant. He's not interested in the people's money and genuinely loves the country. It's a patriot, a Nigerian patriot. That's what his strength is. But he shouldn't be liked by everybody. He shouldn't be supported by everybody. The right people who should support Obi are supporting him. And even those who shouldn't be supporting him, including Obasanjo and IBB and some others. But maybe it's a catharsis, and some of them are just, finding the Lord at the end of their journey here. But no, like I said earlier, and I know you disagree with me, and a reasonable person can disagree with me on that point. Abati is a partisan, but also a good journalist. And he's supposed to do whatever. He shouldn't be predictable. That's what I'm saying. What kind of country are we going to have when a man like Peter Obi comes and everybody loves him? Every single body. No challenges, no vicissitudes of life. That's that word. It's a long word that just means, unpredictability. He comes out there, his opponents don't show up. Why do you think they don't show up? Think. Why didn't they show up to that debate? Like Emma mentioned that they didn't show up to the peace accord then. They didn't show up to the accountant invitation. They can't, light is a great disinfector. They can't face the country and tell them how they're going to get us out of the mess they put on. This same man, Tinubu, is the one that put us in the situation we're in today. He thinks he's a genius. Nigerians have rejected Buhari 3 or 4 times in a presidential campaign. Even Goodluck Jonathan beat him. And so many others. Rejected him with his northern, there's hegemony and all that nonsense. And yet, Nigerians rejected him when he was even younger. All right? So he looked at Nigerian people's faces and lied through his gap teeth. And the evil genius behind it's Tinubu. But did he fool everybody? He can't fool everybody. Like, I think it's Bob Marley or Peter Tosh. I don't know who made that song years back in the 70s or something. A lot of people didn't vote for Buhari. They know who he is. They know. And to Nigeria, the gentleman that you mentioned, I was there. What is Mustafa, Dr. Mustafa? He knows a lot about security, but does he have the moral high ground? That's the only thing. You can't buy it.
The point is to educate Nigerians on their situation, and nobody is there to highlight that part of it. That is the rub. It's not about him becoming president. I know he doesn't have a chance.
No, but our principal, P2B, has already told you what the solution to Nigeria's problems don't require a nuclear physicist. If you mean well, if you love that country, right? That's all you need to be, an honest person. He said, when it comes to corruption, if you're not corrupt, your vice is not corrupt, your family is not corrupt, or you put them in the government and doing things like that, okay, you solve that by over 70%. If you want to solve Nigeria's security problem and you don't look at ethnicity, regional, and all that nonsense, right? And you want to deal with the security in Nigeria, it could be snapped out just like that. They're not sophisticated people, these terrorists. You have to have somebody who has a moral strength. You can't go with Hamza, who is alleged to have killed so many people, who worked for Abacha. Maybe you weren't born when that guy was menacing the country.
I was very much around. He was highly effective at what he was doing. The important thing is that he's highlighting the truth of our situation internationally.
I listened to him, and I posed a question to him as well. That like I said to you before, you need moral strength. You need that. You need institutions, not men. You need a democracy with institutions, not powerful men or killers.
We're not on the chat. Were you on the chat at all? I didn't see you there at all.
Yeah, I was there with another handle, but I made it known to Alexander Gomez. But let me say this before I go, because the person I'm going to talk about is not here, but we do have a program that some people that come here go over there. And it's a typical example of what we are pleading to people. It goes by a nickname, Ajanle Koko. They put him up there as the older person, and a lot of the times he says the right things. And it just makes me proud when he defends the right causes and the right issues. But in a flip, he goes as crazy as saying that the only reason he won't support Peter Obi is that he moved from PDP to Labour Party. So I'm inviting him here. Come and let's talk about it. That's the only reason why a good person doesn't support Peter Obi. So I'm using this venue to invite him over here so we could debate the issue. Emma, thank you for your patience with us here, and thanks for a good job. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Pansa, thank you very much. A big thank you to each and every one of you. You all are the real MVP. Do want to join me this afternoon by 1 p.m. Nigerian time for the chat. Yes, the chat is happening today. We've got quite some content coming up today. So, yes, please do want to join us today. Thank you to my panelists. Thank you for taking our time to join me on this broadcast today. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you turn on your notification bell and keep updated with me later on in the afternoon, please. Thank you very much. To everyone on the charts, a big thank you. It's been so engaging. Thank you so very much. You're watching the replay. Hi, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Please do also like this broadcast. I'm sure you've had a good one it's been a good one on the broadcast. So please take out time to like this broadcast, share, invite someone onto the broadcast, share the link, talk to someone about Nigeria Watch. Please, thank you very much. I'll see you in the afternoon. I actually cannot wait to see you in the afternoon. I hope that you turn on your notification bell so when I'm live, you get notified. So until I come your way again, please stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.